Today is May 28th, 2017. Yesterday, there was a shooting that left 8 people dead in rural Mississippi. It was committed by a 36-year-old man, getting his age right. 1 year off, 35. And these victims include a police officer and 2 young boys whose ages were not specified by the media. But after the man was handcuffed, he said he was not fit to live after what he had done, and he intended to have a shootout with the cops or die by cop, suicide by cop, but ran out of bullets. And that is what is currently known. He was having some domestic harassment charges the night before, this past Saturday night, or last night if you want to call it that, which it is. It was that. Today's Sunday. So there are a couple of things to take away from this shooting, and it has mainly to do with the fact that we got the suspect alive. Now he is able to sit there as he's handcuffed and say, "I don't deserve to live." And in saying that, he recognizes that what he did was wrong, which is something that a lot of these shooters, we don't get to see them admit to. And that's all the more disturbing because we have to figure out where is the breaking point to where people do not care about the lives of those around them. It seems as if we have this complete lack of empathy on the part of these gunmen that go after individuals who are nearest or closest by, as you saw last month with the Facebook blaster. And you got to ask yourself what will go off in their mind for them to empathize with the person on the other side of that barrel of that firearm. What is going to make them think, maybe I shouldn't go after this person because I wouldn't like someone to go after me. When did they realize that? And I'm so disgusted seeing and just hearing about the loss of life when it's not due to a terminal illness or a car accident. This is something that was entirely preventable. 8 people would still be alive if somebody didn't decide to use a firearm for the wrong reasons. And the worst part is when you go on any news station with some liberals on there, they're going to go, "Oh, well, we need to get more proof. We need to get rid of the guns, get rid of the guns, get rid of the guns." For all we know, he had it illegally. We don't know whether or not this was something he owned, or if he did own it, he had the license to own it. The bottom line is the conversation needs to move away from gun control and move to security. How are we going to protect ourselves? What can we do to make sure that if we do get fired at, we have something covering us? Do we need to start walking around in tin cans and just do we need to suit up and just stop wearing clothes and start putting on battle armor? I mean, that might sound amusing now, but the way things are, where you don't know when it can happen, I really don't see any reason not to go down that route, especially when you know that any attempts at gun control are either going to be ineffective if they pass, or if they're rejected, also ineffective. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. And I think the best way for us to go about handling this is try to figure out what needs to be done on the part of the victims and other people who are not 100% of the time protecting themselves with something that can resolve this situation. So it's bad. I'm really sick of reading these stories. But, the Mississippi governor won't do anything. The Mississippi state legislator won't do anything. You'll probably have one of the senators get mad because I pronounced it that way. They'll be more upset with my rhetoric than with the people who are going and destroying the individuals that live in their state, their constituents. And it's really pathetic. And I hope that this doesn't happen again over there. It's tragic and just disgusting. This type of behavior has been going on for too long and it needs to end. I know it won't.